It's unconstitutional. LP's Baba Ahmed tells Buhari CGN not to swear in Tinubu. Amotekun arrests hoodlum terrorizing Oshun community. Breaking, PDP's Peter Mba declared winner of Enugu Guba polls. And some more stories from the Daily Post. Man who drank from gutter water to celebrate Buhari's victory in 2019 dumps APC for PDP in Bauchi. Away from that, Buhari redesignates State House Clinic into medical clinics. Ramadan, Buhari sends message to Muslims as fasting begins. And some more stories from the Daily Post. This one says Sultan Oshogoto announces commencement of Ramadan fasting. PDP dissolves its Katsina State Executive Committee. Nigeria election. UK to issue visa ban on vote buyers, anti-democratic individuals. And let's take a couple more before we go on our commercial break. This one says celebration galore in Umaya as Alex Oti wins Abia Goba election. And finally, on this one, my wife is 21. Kano man accused of marrying minor speaks. We'll go on our commercial break and we'll be back.
You're listening to 32 FM 94.9.
FM 94.9.
32 FM 94.9. Filling the world with laughter.
All right, great to have you back with us, 32 FM 94.9. We'll get to that commercial in a moment. In the meantime, we'll just delve into the analysis of these stories. And as always, we have with us this morning to help us do justice to that, Professor Oluojedokun. Good morning, sir.
Oh,
Good morning, Prof.
Top of the day to you. Pleasure to be here.
All right, so let's start from this story from Abia State. Now, social media was awash yesterday with serious jubilation. The people of Abia State were reported to have seriously jubilated over this new development. And apparently there is now a new governor-elect. And I think probably he's a man of the people from the excitement that we've gotten. Now, Governor Ikpeazu congratulated him and, of course, cautioned other candidates against challenging victory. Would you consider this a good and timely advice, especially with what's going on the federal scale with Atiku taking the president-elect to court and Peter Obi taking the president-elect to court as well?
No, as far as I'm concerned, I think it's a constitutional right of people who feel aggrieved to go to tribunals and to pursue their whatever their grief is within the tribunal. I think the battle for Abia was hard won. People expected it to have been declared earlier. That's their first governor under this era. They previously had a governor. Mimiko was of the Labour Party at a point in time. So it's congratulations to them. there are many people who expected that the Peter Obi wave might have been more substantial than this, but at least they've got a state now from that point of view. I think tribunals are the order of the day in Nigerian elections until we have an INEC that is able to be obviously transparent and obviously fair in terms of the perception of Nigerians.
All right, Prof, still along those lines, talking about the elections before we go on that commercial break. We hear that the UK is set to list electoral offenders, also plans sanctions. This is coming from the British High Commission, having said that the UK Minister of State for Development, Andrew Mitchell, is prepared to take action against those who engage or incited electoral violence in the just concluded general elections. What do you make of this?
Well, first and foremost, that doesn't appear to be consistent with what the High Commissioner said, a valedictory speech when she was leaving, when she said that the elections were encouraging and there's hope, and she actually gave a good report. But I think it sends an unmistakable message, at least from the Minister of State there, that those who engage, those who pursue, those who are involved in electoral malpractices in high places will not get away scot-free. So if London is their haven, either for medical tourism or any other occupation they wish to pursue in England, then of course their visas will be subject to scrutiny and may not be granted them. But I think any pressure that can be applied to people who want to subvert the will of the Nigerian people should be welcomed.
Because some people feel like these sanctions, if you like, do not exactly dissuade these politicians from actually carrying out these acts of electoral violence and what have you.
Well, it may not dissuade them, but at least it may stop some other people from coming in. The veterans may do what they want to do anyway. They may have alternative places that they can go to, but the up and coming ones may think twice before they do. But I think it also highlights the fact the unhappiness sometimes of the West. The West have their own agenda. The West have their own view on what is malpractice and what is not. And sometimes it depends on whether it fits their own interest. So the West is not always right in their sanctions, but at least it's their own way of moving forward their own interest or propagating, as it were, their own influence, their own interest, as it were, not necessarily consistent with that of Nigeria. Nigerians themselves must determine how fair our elections are. We must determine to ensure that INEC does its job properly, and we must determine without help from the West or from the South or wherever it comes from to do that which is right.
All right, we have to take those commercials now. We'll be back in a moment.
32 FM
94.9.
Beyond banking. Show you need something where they beyond banking. Make a give you the updates. We not they frustrate. Open at the package. Relax your mind. Go call your hand. Auntie, brother, open now the way. Anything we go save money. Super fast transactions. Networking, not they sleep. Run and one time is done. Open beyond banking. Open beyond banking.
OPay beyond banking.
Babe, how we want to pay for baking course? With small money where person they make.
Course? No, because I be bake like bro. No worry, I get plan.
You get plan.
I get super binge plan.
For whatever you want to learn on YouTube, you need a plan like the INT'L Super Binge Plan. Simply dial *141*514# now to enjoy 2 GB of data and 1 hour worth of free YouTube data every day for just 500 naira.
INT'L, the smartphone network.
They say there is love in sharing, and we at INT'L believe there is also joy in sharing. So, as you go about your day in this holy month of Ramadan, from Sahur to Iftar, think about a friend, brother, sister, colleague, or even stranger. With the Happily Ever Iftar products that we have curated, you can now share the blessings of the season affordably. Visit www.altmall.ng for more information. Buy now, pay later.
INT'L, shop more, pay easy.
They say your life and destiny is in your hands, and that's why Glow has brought instant money into your hands by giving you the power to buy your Green Lotto tickets with your Glow airtime. So when you dial star 73342 hash on your Glow line, you can buy green lotto tickets with your airtime. Play your favorite games, check your results, and get your winnings via airtime or direct transfer to your bank account. Now you have the power to change your life with your hands by dialing star 73342 hash on your Glow line to play on Green Lotto using your airtime and win instant cash today. Glow Unlimited.
My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in your weakness. Christ Apostolic Church, Covenant of Mercy, Mercy Camp presents 72 Hours with God. Theme, Grace. Guest artists, Big Bolaji, Evangelist Yinka Alashiori, Elijah Olorun Sobe, Evangelist Dari Melody, Bridget Adenubi Esther, Atinuke Adefisoy Rimajem, Benga Denuga, Chigose, and our very host, God's anointed prophet of our time, Prophet Taiwo Ojo, and other ministers of God. 72 Hours with God will be happening live at CSC Mercy Camp, Kilometer 18, Ibadan Ife Expressway, Oshengere, Ikire Road, Ibadan, from Friday the 24th to Monday the 27th of March 2023, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m., 3 to 5 p.m., Vigil 12 a.m. to 5 a.m. For more information, please call 0805-027-5779 or 0813-726-6076. 72 Hours with God. Grace like never before.
Beyond banking. Say you need something. Where they beyond banking. Make a give you the updates. We not they frustrate. Open at the package. Relax your mind. You know go for your hand. Auntie, brother, open now the way. Anything we go some money. Super fast transactions. Not talking, not they sleep. Run and one time is done. Open beyond banking. Open beyond banking.
OPay beyond banking.
32 FM 94.9.
All right, great to have you back with us. 32 FM 94.9, filling the world with laughter. We're still doing the analysis, and Professor Luo Jedokun still with us this morning. One of the major stories in the newspapers this morning, Prof, has to do with the CBN having finally concluded plans to release 1,000 naira, 500 naira, and 200 naira notes in its custody to deposit money banks. Now, this is coming as just yesterday, I believe, the NLC actually did make mention of, actually there might be protests and things like that.
Declaring a nationwide strike.
Nationwide strike and all of that. What do you make of this particular one, this reaction or, announcement from the CBN?
Well, obviously, some will suggest that is welcome, but let's just be clear that the NSA has declared a nationwide strike, and that's in response to the fact that there's no cash. That's the way they see it. The CBN would argue that they've already pumped almost $1 trillion into the system, and many people would argue that they've not seen this trillion, and that it has no impact whatsoever on them. So it must be welcome that the money is being pumped into the system so that people can have access to their cash, people can spend, the small and medium-sized businesses can come alive again if they've not already gone down the Swanee. So it must be welcome, but you begin to wonder that why was it so botched? Why was it botched, and why was it handled so badly? And why is it taking about 2-3 weeks, you understand, to get this right? Is it incompetence, or is it simply that the CBN doesn't know what it's doing? I don't know, but people would ask that question because the suffering and for many people has been unprecedented. I was coming here this morning, and the queues to get your money, your own money, still remains, you understand, unabated. So we hope that this at least will begin to change things. People said after the governorship elections that will begin to, life would get a bit easier. I think what Nigerians want, I don't think we want El Dorado at this stage. We just want life to be just a little bit easier.
All right. So, of course, speaking of the NLC, do you agree that the NLC had something to do with this development? Because people are saying, why are you crying after the milk has been spilled? It's been weeks now of cash dilemma, and now you're saying that you want to come and declare a protest or a strike. Is it not too late to do that?
Well, NLC would argue that as far as the cash crunch continues, then they reserve the right to act. So, well, they may have acted earlier, but I do not think that one can deny them the opportunity to express, call it strike or call it protest or call it whatever, or displeasure. And I think, of course, the CBN is quite aware that if the NLC gets their act together, then they could ground the economy. And so, of course, that's a pressure. But I think the pressure comes from all sectors. It comes from the politicians. It comes from the administration itself. And it comes from the fact that many of these CBN people also have relatives. They have people out there who really are suffering and who really need some relief. I mean, the reality of it is that if you are not prepared to go cashless, if you don't really have, if you're not into the banking system, you're going to suffer. And the problem is that, in those days where it's easier to walk into a bank and just sort it out, sort out an account, get your ATM, you understand? Now it's complete mayhem. It's complete utter mayhem.
Now you begin to wonder if the CBN had these monies in its vault, the 1,000 naira, 500 old notes. What is the plan? We have a situation where money is scarce. Everybody's struggling to get that, and still yet they kept these monies, according to this report, in their vaults. What was the plan exactly? Were they going to be destroyed, or what exactly was going on in your opinion?
CBN has a nightmare that keeps them awake at night. And what's the nightmare, you may wonder? The nightmare is that if they release all this cash into all the banks, and if this money is available, then there will be a run on the banks. You know what I mean? The fact is that you've not been able to get your money, and suddenly you're able to get it. Are you going to leave your money in the bank? No, a lot of people will go there, withdraw their money. And if everybody goes and withdraws their money from the banks will run. There will be a run on the bank, and the banks will collapse. So the CBN has been very careful. They wouldn't put it in the way that Starkware put it. But the reality of it is that the trust and confidence in the banking system is at an all-time low. And so CBN is trying to manage the process so that people can only withdraw a bit at a time, rather than withdraw the whole shebang. Because if they do, you understand, the banks thrive on loans, they thrive on having liquidity, and without liquidity, we are going to be real trouble. So I think that's what CBN, but they're not going to put it that way.
It's a case of managing the situation so, the system stays afloat, basically.
Yes, that's what it's trying to do. And it's all their fault that we got to that stage anyway. Because once people lose confidence in the banking system, then they find alternative means, you understand, to put their money, including most ridiculous means that's under their pillow.
All right, so Port Harcourt Refinery ready Q2 of 2023. The Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Timipre Silva, has said the Port Harcourt Refinery is near completion. However, Silva said the Port Harcourt Refinery should be ready before the end of the second quarter of the year. As President Muhammadu Buhari's regime winds down, it doesn't seem like he will fulfill his mandate on the refinery before he closes shop.
Well, that's what I wanted to say. All these stories about when second quarter and so on and so forth, the indications are that it would have left office by the time the refineries come on board. People have been asking those questions. We thought the refinery would have come on board last year. It shows you that, at the end of the day, that many people don't even believe it. I don't believe it. Until I see it, I'll believe it. Is that a lot of dollars have gone down this. And, you ask the question, why didn't they just allow Obasanjo, when he wanted to sell all these refineries, you understand, to sell them? Because, salaries have been going on for all these years that the refineries are not working. Emoluments, pension, everything has been going on. So the fact that the refinery is not working and it's not bringing income doesn't mean we're not spending on it. So let's hope that really it's going to come alive and that it will work. Because the more refineries that we have, it's going to address some of the situations that we have. Whether we like it or not, come April or thereabout, subsidy is going to end. And when subsidy ends, you understand, it means that the price of petroleum or PMS goes up. If we have refineries, it could cushion it. It could make the prices affordable. But without refineries, and we're importing it, the landing costs and all those other peculiarities that go with the fact that many of these 80% of the independent petrol stations or marketers don't have direct access, you understand, and have to go through middlemen sometimes to get this product, it will continue to exacerbate exacerbate the situation. So if the refineries are on board, it may reduce that pressure and the impact on the Nigerian
The minister made a statement, and he said the oil and gas industry is the most complex sector in this country. The more you look, the less you see. Why is that the situation, and why are we not getting adequate communication as to what is really going on in that, in that industry?
Well, it's complex because we make it complex. It's so simple. The simple thing is that all these people with petrol farms, they don't have petrol stations. So we have a ridiculous situation, where people have petrol farms, they get the refined product, and then they now sell it second hand to the 80% or so marketers. That's part of the issue. Part of the issue also is that the subsidy has distorted the market. So petrol is much cheaper in Benin Republic, in Cameroon, in Niger. So what do a lot of people do when they get this refined products and so on and so forth? Rather than sell it within Nigeria, where they are unable to maximize profit, what do? They call it a sort of round tripping. That might not be the right expression. It goes abroad. You understand? Go to Cameroon, go to Niger and Benin. Do you know that their petrol stations are not functioning? Why? Because most of the petrol is being sold in kegs and so on. So the complexity is because we've allowed it to become complex. It's not so difficult. We are not the only country that imports petrol, or we're not the only country that refines petrol. In fact, when it comes to the performance of petroleum producing countries, Nigeria is possibly the worst. We have not made any money. When most countries are making money, you understand, from the boom that has happened. And the reason why is because we don't refine our products.
All right.
We open the phone lines now, 07055 949, 08097 949. Again, 07055 949, 08097 949. Let's have your contributions, thoughts, and what have you to the conversation this morning.
So I wanted to get your thoughts on this particular one. Okay, we have to go on a commercial break. When we come back, we'll definitely open the phone lines again. Stay with us.
FM 94.9.
Beyond banking. Say you need something. Where they beyond banking. Make a give you the update. We not they frustrate. Open at the package. Relax your mind. You know go call your hand. Auntie, brother, open na the way. Anything we go solve money. Super fast transactions do. Networking not they sleep. Run and one time is done. Open beyond banking. Open beyond banking.
OPay beyond banking.
It's time to enjoy fast and reliable internet connection for less.
It's time to go big in the INT'L Home Broadband All-Time Mega Offer.
It's time to take advantage in the INT'L Home Broadband All-Time Mega Offer. Get a MiFi with up to 125 gigabyte bonus data for just 5,000 naira, or a router with up to 240 gigabyte bonus data for just 10,000 naira. Visit any INT'L shop or www.airtel.com.ng/HBB now.
INT'L, the smartphone network.
ẹ jẹ́ n sọ fún yín pa Zainabu bó bá ti jí láàárọ̀ yóò kọ́ jẹun tó dáa yóò wá gbé pabambarì lé lórí Didion syrup of hemoglobin vitamin B12 ara ti mókùnù ọpọlọ ti jí pépé iṣẹ́ yá.
lẹ́ òjò.
káàárọ̀ Zainab. ìdí nù ti fi máa pegedé lẹ́nu iṣẹ́ rẹ̀.
jọ̀ọ́ náwó mú wéhùn.
àti pàápàá ń bi eré. Didion syrup of hemoglobin ní èròjà vitamin B12 nínú tí yóò mú kọ́pọlọ àtara rẹ̀ ó jí pépé ní ìgbáradì fún àṣeyọrí tí ọ̀lẹ́gbẹ́ ń gbà gbogbo. mu ṣíbí méjì Didion péré lójoojúmọ́ pẹ̀lú ṣíbí lásán tàbí kọ́ púpọ̀ pẹ̀lú ohun mímu ẹlẹ́rìndòdò tó bá fẹ́ràn. ọ̀yá gbéra ńlẹ̀ bí akọni pẹ̀lú Didion.
To be healthy, strong and active, I say. Take Didion.
Didion syrup of hemoglobin vitamin B12 agbára tí ń roni lágbára ẹ kàwé pélébé inú rẹ̀.
So, the first thing you do when you wake up is check out highlights. And then you remember, gotta take the kids to school. Almost dropped the ball there, baller. Can you meet your deadlines without ever missing the game? Now that's a true baller. You make it to date night on game night, but still catch the game, right? Come on, baller.
What a goal!
We bring you the best leagues on any screen, wherever you are, from only 3,200 naira per month. Live from Supersport on Showmax Pro. Sign up on showmax.com.
beyond banking. Say you need something where they beyond banking. Make a give you the update. We not they frustrate. Open at the package. Relax your mind. You know go for your hand. Auntie brother open na the way. Anything we go save money. Super fast transactions be. Network you know they sleep. Run and one time is done. Open beyond banking. Open beyond banking.
OPay beyond banking.
32 FM 94.9.
You're welcome back. 0705 5,949 and 0809 7,949. We're also live on Facebook, 32 FM 949 Ibadan. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, I'm John Njoko. I'm from Challenge. Good morning, Professor. Tinubu called for healing. Fine, it's okay. But it's not better to adopt proactive measures than reactive approach. In Lagos, the Bufodia remains a frustrating fallout of last week's election. Let me say this. Professor, let me remind you, I'm a historian. The first and the only mayor of Lagos was Dr. Idiyinka Olorunnibe, while in Bono Dike and Igboma from Imo was the deputy mayor of Lagos in 1951. There have been good relationship between the Yorubas and the Igbo until the political class decided to sow seed of discord among this ethnic group due to narrow and parochial interests. Healing is okay, but for how long? John Njok is my name. Thank you.
All right. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, presenter. Hello.
Good morning. We can hear you. Please make your point.
Good morning, Prof. Good morning. My name is Dr. Mark. Yeah, your analysis this morning was wonderful. I want to say something, about this, our policy of selling our crude 100%. And at today, Nigeria is not refining any of our crude. The challenge this country will continue to have, if we do not make the refineries to work, is that the economy will continue to go from bad to worse. I was thinking that this Muhammadu Buhari-led administration would have given refining of crude oil 100% attention. And that would have helped this our economy of today. Nigeria is huge, an economy to even buy more than 50% of our crude and pay government big money. That is what happened all over the world. Those that come to buy our crude, what they are doing is they refine to their own people and sell to them. So if we can do this, it will not only help to boost the economy of the country, it will make the situation of the economy to be better than it is now. Businesses will start booming. Do you know that in the Niger Delta, especially in rivers and delta, we are still flaring gas there? When we are still we are importing gas to Nigeria.
Right.
How much will it cost the federal government to even bring in some private sector that can create underground storages and store gases and sell to Nigerians?
All right.
In the heart of river, gas is sold at a very huge rate.
All right, thank you.
River State, in the heart of Delta.
Okay.
That is not the way to go as a country.
Thank you so much. 0705 5,949 and 0809 7,949. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Mari calling from Apata.
No.
Nice one, doctor there. I almost had a teacher this morning when I heard doctor saying that once the subsidy is being removed, that we might have an increase in the PMS. In fact, I can't even withstand of passing through that stage again. I pray God will help us. And on the issue of this NLC, they want to stage the protest. Is it now that's supposed to come on board saying they want to stage the protest after months of this issue since the issue has started? I think we don't need any NLC to come to our aid. Only God will come to our aid. Thank you very much.
All right.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Balki is an audio from Ibadan. I want to react to the statement from Makinde of Oyo State, the newly elected governor, and said that his re-election, that people expect him to do more. I think this is nothing but the truth. Humans, apart from the fact that we are Oliver Twist, our wants and needs are insatiable. For example, those who have been paying from salary on the 25th wouldn't want him to default. So he should that he perform optimally in his second term. And of course, those disgruntled members of the PDP, he should bring them together so he could have a more productive term. So that is my take. Good morning.
All right, thank you very much. Prof, I just wanted to get your thoughts real quick on this headline that says 179 million Nigerians lack access to safe drinking water, according to the Nigerian Institution of Water Engineer. And it says no fewer than 179 million Nigerians are lacking access to safe drinking water in the country. What do you think about this figure? Do you think it's blown out of proportion? Because how many Nigerians can safely drink the water flowing from their taps, I ask?
First and foremost, I think it's a monumental scandal. The fact is that boreholes and wells are the predominant means of getting water. You know, the pipe-run ones, which we grew up, well, some of us grew up with the pipes coming through from the waterworks, getting to our homes and being supplied, doesn't exist anymore in most places. Most estates have to rely on the pipe, the boreholes. And we are not even certain that many of these boreholes, you understand, are actually quite healthy. The boreholes are even better, but the wells are not. So that figure sounds about right. And of course, that's a challenge for the new president or the president-elect, whoever is going to take over, to move the agenda forward. And of course, the state governments and the local governments.
All right, we'll take some Facebook messages. Raji Afiz Bidemi says, honestly, CBN governor has put two things together, cashless policy and change of Naira. It cannot go together. Meanwhile, concerning NLC strike next week, Wednesday, as far as my own is concerned, it's never too late than, it's better late than never. The best thing for Emefiele he should go ahead and resign immediately. I believe that's what you're trying to say there. Also on Facebook, on my day, Dekunle says politicians' followers should learn from the last gubernatorial election, especially here in Oyo State, where opposition candidates were congratulating Governor Makinde for his re-election. The politicians are now back to their friendship after election, so it is unfortunate for those that have lost their lives because of politicians. The politicians' followers should think wisely. Okay, thank you for that one. Also on Facebook, Olainka Detola says, why is it now that NLC is reacting to the issue of Naira scarcity? Where were they when everything was hot? When there was fuel scarcity, where were they when ASU went on strike for 8 months? Definitely the NLC is only fighting for their selfish interests, not for the interests of average Nigerians. All
right, we'll take some more calls on the line, 0705 5000 949. Tolulokwe Adeyemi says, good morning. The statement coming from Governor Seyi Makinde that his victory is a call to do more is nothing but the truth, because people expect him to continue to govern with people's face, just as he's doing currently, especially in the aspect of prompt and regular payment of salaries and pensions. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
From Manara. According to what of the one that wrote comments on your time, I think where is this? And the CBN governor free to oblige to the Supreme Court since March 3rd. I think posterity will judge him. Because anything they are doing, everything, they are writing their own future. About the Oyo State governor, I think he said it by himself. I think Governor Makinde that the reward for hard work is to do more work. So that's the reason why people elected him again. And I pray that God will guide him to fulfill his promises. He will fulfill the one in the first term. And I pray, may God continue to be with him, not to backslide, not during, for the good governance is continuing in your state. That's my own take this morning. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. Hello, good morning. I think this is going to be our final call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
This is John Olaraju from Lado. On the issue of NFC, well, let them go out and protest. Maybe we can find one or two things out of it. But if I may say, I think it's too late for them. I don't know what they were looking for. I mean, I don't know what delayed them since this policy has rolled out. You know that it's really affecting the people. You just hold your hand and you fold it on your hand and you do not do anything. But let them go out whether we can find one or two things. Because I think the CBN governor, people have been saying, and I also been saying that the man supposed to be resigned by now. Even Austin always saying that he's supposed to resign. That's the good thing for him to do. But if he refuses to do so, no problem.
Okay. Thank you very much. Prof, any final words as we leave the studio?
Well, I'm looking forward to the day that I walk to my bank, and be able to withdraw crisp Naira notes that I'll be able to spend. Let's hope that day is coming with this new policy or new information that CBN has passed through the airways.
All right. Thank you very much, sir, for your time.
Thank you.
I'm Kenny Durutilu. Thanks for joining us.
At DENIKE, I think we're going to have a good day.